I am. Welcome you to the highly anticipated episode 7. Before we dive right in, let's in sync, no Justin Timberlake, by breathing in deep and breathing out loose. All right, hold on. That felt so good. We must repeat in rhythm, no Timberland, by breathing in deep and breathing out loose. All right, now we are ready to receive the message. And don't worry, you'll get more than what you came here for. At the end, type 1 in the comments if this message resonated, or 2 if it did not. Highly unlikely, but I want your honest feedback. My promise to you is this will be the most comprehensive, enlightening, and therefore empowering video on the subject matter and beyond. And that is part of the reason it's not talked about. You see, the system we are in is designed to enslave the 99% regardless of skin color and not empower us. But I digress. Stay till the end, and as long as you apply the knowledge I'll be sharing, your life will massively change for the better relatively quick. This will be a very controversial video where I will share some golden nuggets. No Denver, but I just stated a golden statement. No Warriors. However, it's imperative you pay close attention to the end of the video, where I will cover how to protect yourself from the potential serious danger and harm that comes with this empowerment position. Now, the subject matter for today's video is the pineal gland, aka the third eye, aka the mind's eye, aka the inner eye, aka the seat of the soul, aka the epicenter of enlightenment, aka the antenna of your spirit. And more important, how to cultivate it to assist you in living the optimal life you desire and more. We will cover all the suppressed knowledge and clarify the design deception pertaining to pineal gland, which is part of the reason no one is talking about this. In addition, we'll provide you with the most effective techniques, strategies, and exercises to strengthen your pineal gland to best serve you, as well as how to protect yourself from the potential dangers that come with opening your pineal gland. All right, since there's so much to unpack here, let's go ahead and dive right in. But I am. You knew I was going to interrupt at some point. Before you go over all the suppressed knowledge and design deception regarding the pineal gland, could you quickly highlight what is the pineal gland? Absolutely. The pineal gland's origin, which is Latin, dating back to the Renaissance era, where it gained popularity, earned its name by resembling a pine cone. Hence, its name in Latin is Glandula pinealis. The pineal gland is a pea, as in the vegetable, size organ that's located in the center of the brain, right above the space between your two eyebrows. This tiny organ is responsible for a myriad of super vital functions. What it lacks in size, it more than makes up for in functionality. Something like I am, but I digress. One of those functions is the release of melatonin, which is responsible in controlling your circadian rhythm, aka your sleep-wake cycle. For that reason, melatonin is also known as the sleep hormone. In addition, melatonin aids in good bone health, immunity, and cognitive health. The pineal gland is also responsible for the production of serotonin, which has a plethora of vital functions like regulating mood. Hence, it's often referred to as the feel-good hormone, since low levels of it has been linked to depression, anxiety, and worry. For that reason, a lot of antidepressant medications artificially increase serotonin levels to combat depression and anxiety. Serotonin heavily aids in appetite control and a healthy digestion. Serotonin also regulates libido and sexual arousal. No surprise why many who suffer from depression also suffer from poor appetite control, weak digestion, and low libido, because all those symptoms stem from the same root cause, which is a low serotonin levels due to a weak, unhealthy, or underperforming pineal gland. Type 1 if you're connecting with me. In conjunction with melatonin, Serotonin aids in controlling the crucially important sleep-wake cycle. Therefore, good quality sleep cannot be achieved consistently when these two hormones, both produced by the pineal gland, are off-balanced. And here again, it's no surprise that people who suffer from depression, anxiety, and worry tend to also struggle with insomnia. The root cause is the same: low serotonin levels due to a pineal gland that's not firing on all cylinders. But just stay tuned. I will be providing you the easy-to-follow protocol to getting your pineal gland firing like a Ferrari, going 0 to 60 really quick. Now, it's important to note that I only touched on a short list of many important functions of serotonin. But it goes without saying, to say that good quality sleep is imperative to your overall well-being is an extreme understatement. So if the pineal gland only produces melatonin and serotonin, which leads to good quality sleep, it will be more than enough to hold it to the highest regards. However, the pineal gland is more mystically coded than that, because the pineal gland is responsible for the production of N-N-dietryptamine, or DMT for short. Also known as the spirit molecule, DMT is the most powerful spirit awakening chemical known to man, responsible for increased intuitive sensitivity, deeper connection to source, therefore deeper connection to all. DMT is instrumental to facilitating our dreams every night. It increases inspiration, motivation, enhances creativity, super advanced thinking, and problem-solving abilities. These benefits and more are the reason some people ingest forms of DMT found in plants like ayahuasca, failing to realize that ayahuasca trips and the potential negative adverse effects that can come with it are not necessary at all, when a safer, less risky option is as easy as cultivating a healthier pineal gland. Which brings me to say, remember, the interior is always more vast than the exterior, because the interior, aka mental mind, is where ideas are born before they're birthed in the physical plane, aka exterior. And right now, there are many ideas, concepts, technologies, systems, etc. that have yet to transition into the exterior world because the minds that hold them haven't taken action yet. So remember, all you need is within and not outside of within. The universal law, as within, so without, should ring a bell. And when you have it within, you cannot be without. So always leverage all within and watch without mirror within. Remembering the kingdom of God is within. Type 1 if you're connecting with me. All right, I promise by the end of this video, you will have practical instructions on how to get your pineal gland as strong as Arnold Schwarzenegger in his prime. I promise I'll provide you the most unique, effective exercises for your pineal gland, putting you in position to access its full potential. And that's part of why no one is talking about this, because a really active pineal gland will turn you into Neo. And no, not I'm so sick of love songs, so tired of tears, Neo, but Neo from the Matrix. Yes, you will be stopping bullets with your bare hands, not poetically or metaphorically, but literally. Okay, maybe not physically stopping bullets with your bare hands. However, you will transform to a superhuman. Jaim, you presented a strong case on why one should cultivate a healthy pineal gland. So please, get to the exercises that strengthens the pineal gland. Sure. Before I do, let's first get you to stop the destruction of the pineal gland by highlighting what destroys the pineal gland. Now, top on that list is fluoride, a chemical that allegedly strengthens the teeth enamel. Now, we will not be discussing its effectiveness in doing so because it is an absolute moot point. Even if fluoride was the best at strengthening teeth enamel, that benefit is buried, no coffin, with the plethora of extremely negative effects. That long list starts with the fact that fluoride targets the pineal gland with a straight bullseye accuracy. causing heavy calcification, which dramatically dims the pineal gland, disabling it and negatively affecting its functionality. The reality is, fluoride is a toxic poison that should be completely banned from our drinking water, food, and toothpaste. Look, what I'm about to discuss is disgusting, but it's not a conspiracy, it's accuracy. So keep in mind, we are talking about the same chemical that is the main ingredient found in rat poison and nerve gas. Keep in mind, we are talking about the same ingredient where 1 gram of it can kill a baby, which, by the way, is the same amount found in a tube of toothpaste. Keep in mind, we are talking about the same chemical that has been proven to lower IQ by as much as 7 points. No surprise why fluoride was first tested on humans by the Nazis and the Soviets, who put it in drinking water in the concentration camps when they discovered it makes humans more docile and easier to control. Keep in mind, we are talking about the same chemical that has been known to destroy male reproductive system. Why is no one talking about this? Because talking about it will expose the truth. The fact that it may be the cause behind a lot of the common health problems modern society suffers from today. In addition, it puts the 1% in position to better control the 99%. You see, what they will not tell you is that majority today are in modern day concentration camps. They just don't see it as such because they are disconnected from expanded thinking, expanded awareness. And that's where fluoride and the suppression of any information that can aid in cultivating a strong and healthy pineal gland plays a needed role. The objective and agenda is to contaminate the antenna, aka the pineal gland, that has the capability to broadcast and receive data from the ether. And if you're not familiar with the ethereal plane, also considered as the 5th element, no Bruce Willis, alongside with earth, water, fire, and air, is best described as a place of pure consciousness, where the spirit can exist in a more elevated state, because the ethereal plane is a unified plane where all in the universe is connected to the divine flow. Indeed, the ether is the bridge between the physical world and the spiritual world, and a healthy pineal gland gives you direct access to that bridge. And since the ethereal plane is the way to higher consciousness, the rulers cannot have you access that higher consciousness through a healthy, fully functioning pineal gland, because that will lead to escape from the concentration camp. You see, you are set up to fail by the evil who created the system that don't even see you as humans, but sees you as cattle. But have no fear, light will prevail. So hail to the source who will never fail. So now you're starting to see, unintended, why it's important for the small group that runs the world to do all in their power to keep your pineal gland asleep. Because an awakened pineal gland will see this matrix for what it truly is, which is a fancier, sophisticated, more deceptive concentration camp. Clearly, if that wasn't the case, why do you have to work to the state of exhaustion just to pay the bills and barely survive and stay afloat? Yet the system robs you of your life force while taxing you to death, literally. Type 1 if you're connecting with me. It's important to note that I only went over some of the destruction that fluoride causes and not all. Feel free to research it further to find the complete list. Spoiler alert, it's a really long list. And when it comes to the pineal gland, it is the equivalent of its kryptonite. It completely disables the pineal gland. And when you comprehend fully how instrumental the pineal gland is in overall good health, spiritually, mentally, and physically, you start to see how diabolical it is to destroy it through the fluoride deception. You see, in addition to the functionalities we highlighted earlier, the pineal gland is also crucially vital in raising your body's vibrational frequency. It's known a healthy human's frequency ranges between 62 and 78 megahertz. The lower your frequency is from 62 megahertz, the higher the probability of disease, because your body is no longer at ease. It's known that when the body's frequency reaches below 25 megahertz, the death rate increases dramatically. So in addition to all the havoc fluoride causes to the pineal gland, it also increases your mortality rate. After all, it makes perfect sense when what produces hormones that are responsible for appetite, sleep, digestion, mood, and sexual health is disrupted. The pineal gland indeed is the nucleus of the brain, or as I like to say, it's the brain of the brain. So the first step to activating it is to stop the hemorrhaging that's caused by fluoride. This should not be negotiable. All fluoride should be completely avoided like the plague it is. In the description below, I have a recommendation of 3 different fluoride-free toothpaste you can start using if you do not feel like making your own by combining baking soda, food-grade activated charcoal, xylitol, and sea salt. By the way, everything I recommend in this video, I fully stand behind because I have used it and I am still using it, and I have experienced magnificent results using it. You're welcome in advance. The description below contains a library I like to call a treasure chest of useful, empowering resources. Check it out and thank me later. Now, although fluoride is the #1 evil villain for your pineal gland, it's definitely not alone. Heavily processed food, refined sugars, and refined salts are contaminants to a healthy pineal gland as well. In essence, majority of the Western diet. And you are definitely dying when you eat it. Fast food is fast death. And let me say what I haven't heard anyone else say, and that is, you truly do not love yourself if you're constantly eating fast food. We shouldn't even call it food, because it's not. It should be called fast death, because that's really what it is. What's even more sad is some people are so under the spell of fast death that they are well aware of participating in cannibalism, yet they continue the nasty habitual action. If you don't know what I'm talking about, do a little more research. It's no secret anymore what type of meat is in these fast death chains, so-called food. And in addition to the mystery meat that's no longer a mystery, you have alarming levels of the most addictive drug in the world. This white stuff puts cocaine to shame. Yes, in these fast death chains, you'll find that the poison they call food has excessive sugar that comes with more sugar. Yes, the sugar has sugar. And that's not coincidental. The high level of sugar and refined salts is an addictive, deadly concoction found in majority of their so-called food. Now let me clear up some massive deception here. The best real food you can eat for not just third eye activation, not just brain health, but overall great health, is red meat. Yes, the meat that has been demonized for decades. Yes, the meat that has received a bad rap even by meat eaters. Every so-called spiritual guru swears to accomplish enlightenment, one must give up meat as a whole, but specifically red meat. This is very bad counterproductive advice. The reality is there are no fruits or vegetables out there that can provide the level of bioavailable vital nutrients like red meat. We're talking about nutrients like B12 that supports a healthy memory amongst other functions. Zinc that protects the brain from oxidative stress amongst other functions. Iron, which is vital and instrumental to transporting oxygen, the life force, to the brain amongst other functions. Choline that supports brain development and functions amongst other functions. And we haven't even touched on the fact that red meat is rich in creatine, which plays a major role in rapid regeneration of ATP, the primary energy source for all cells, including the brain. Don't mean to geek out on you, but I will be making a separate video in the future regarding the massive red meat deception. Stay tuned and locked into the channel for that. For now, let this serve as a reminder. Those who rule the world want to keep you in chains. And they know when they lock up your mind will lock up your body, and checkmate. So do you think they will really provide you with the honest knowledge on what foods are best for you, your spirit, your mind, and your body? Obvious answer, right? But the confirmation is in the cost. Ask yourself, if red meat is so bad and it causes cardiovascular complications, it causes cancer, it causes inflammation, etc., etc., then why is it so expensive compared to other foods? Why doesn't it match the pattern of being cheap like all other toxic foods they want you to eat? I mean, clearly, we can agree what they label as truly healthy, they tend to place a premium price tag on. And what is crap, they tend to slap a cheaper price tag on. So why is red meat the exception? The answer is simple. It's not the exception. It is the true, real, nourishing food for your spirit, mind, and body. And that's why it's at a premium price tag, to discourage you from discovering the fact. Type 1 if you're connecting with me. And go ahead and make the necessary modifications by adding plenty of fatty red meat to your eating lifestyle, comprehending that you are giving your brain the building blocks it needs to build a stronger, more robust brain. And the pineal gland is not exempt from the raw materials fatty meat provides in building a healthier brain. Remember, as important as the amino acids and nutrients we highlighted earlier are, the fat from the red meat is equally important. That fat is what your body uses to produce all hormones. And yes, you guessed it, that includes melatonin and serotonin production by the pineal gland. So by providing the brain with the raw materials to build a healthier brain, aka fatty red meat, you put yourself in the position to build a stronger, more robust, complete brain. And real science backs this fact. So there's no surprise why individuals that consume more fatty red meat tend to have bigger brains compared to their vegan counterparts. I'll speak more on the red meat deception on a future episode, so stay locked in. For now, there's one more massive deception quickly unfolding I want to touch on. And that is, since the collective is waking up and becoming more aware of the nourishing power red meat has, the dark force's best attempt to stay ahead of the awakening collective is to start flooding the markets with fake lab-engineered meat they place a fancy label on by the name of cultured cell meat. Again, cultured cell meat. Do not be fooled. That Frankenstein meat is not meant to be consumed by humans. Just like a lot of the crap many eat that the body doesn't recognize as food, so therefore it extracts no nutritional value from it. And there is no telling what the long-term negative effects of eating cloned meat produced in a lab by scientists that have gone more mad than the cows they clone. Type 1 if you're connecting with me. Now, the other deception is the lie that has been floating around that excessive salt increases your mortality rate. And that is the epitome of a half-truth. The factual reality is salt is vital and essential for health. Without it, it is impossible to accomplish real hydration of the cells. That's because real salt, specifically any sea salt or Himalayan salt, unlocks and opens up the cells to receive nutrients in addition to the other profound benefits it offers. The factual reality is, majority of the population is salt deficient. Now you may be wondering, how could that be possible when we already established that the fast death chains pump their so-called foods with salt? And the answer is very simple. There is a significant difference between real salt, like what I just highlighted, versus extremely refined salt. Salt that has been stripped away of all its nutrients. That lab salt, aka table salt or refined salt, what you will find in the overly processed food, is not meant for human consumption. And yes, that lab salt is what increases mortality rate drastically. So do not make the mistake of throwing real salt, Himalayan salt, in the same box as lab salt. Lab salt is salt that has been stripped away of its life force. So therefore, it's dead salt that will certainly speed up your death rate. Sea salt, however, has the life force that will energize you. So consume plenty of sea salt guilt-free. And I guess I am supposed to now state that this is not medical or health advice. I'm not your health practitioner. However, you are certainly smart enough to connect the dots on what's best for your overall health. Because if you're waiting for a so-called professional to save your health, you will have no health left to save. Type 1 if you're connecting with me. All right, I shall create another video elaborately explaining the salt deception in the near future as well. Now, in the description is a link to my personal favorite Celtic salt. On a quick side note, as human beings, we are constantly looking for that quick fix, that one thing that solves it all. Well, let me save you. It doesn't exist. You want to be healthy, rich, successful, and happy? It's never, exception none, accomplished from doing just one thing. Run when you are told it's this one thing. No, Marie. Because to accomplish success in anything requires a collective of good decisions, actions, habits, process, systems, and infrastructure. And what I am sharing with you throughout this video is a complete process to not only heal your pineal gland, but to heal your entire system, spirit, mind, and body. And that process isn't complete if I don't highlight the importance of detoxifying from the alien invaders that have hijacked your body, aka parasites, a minimum of once a year. This is another worldwide epidemic that rarely gets talked about. And the aliens, aka parasites, love to keep it that way. You see, they have completely infiltrated your thoughts to partake in behaviors and habits that nourishes them. You may think your cravings are yours, but they're not. It's theirs. That sugar feeds them, so they make you crave it. That alcohol feeds them, so they make you crave it. That recreational drug feeds them, so they make you crave it. And the more you consume it, the more these aliens reproduce, causing you to have even stronger cravings to feed the growing population inside of you. Type 1 if you're connecting with me. And as the population of these aliens grow inside, so does the pollution that they bring, that expresses itself through inflammation, breakouts, pain, damaged gut, where they love to hang out, all leading to illness. Annihilate these aliens to regain your land back, aka your body, and watch how fast you heal. In the description below is my most recommended parasite detox that I personally cycle in and out of 2 weeks of every 4 months. It really supports great gut health in addition to eliminating those pesky aliens that are running your life. And as you may have heard, you heal the gut, you heal your body. Do more due diligence on the detox cleanses, but it has to be part of the infrastructure if you are looking to accomplish optimal health. Speaking of epidemics, there is an ongoing epidemic of declining mental health, high depression, anxiety, worry that does not get talked about enough. For that reason, I have created the most comprehensive mental wellness app called Zen Zone. For times that we all have where you're not feeling your best, this new app is the shortest road to lead you back to your happy home mentally. Be one of the first to check it out in the description below and give me some feedback. All right, before covering the life-changing exercises that will awaken your pineal gland, I would like to highlight 2 more positively impactful foods for not just your pineal gland, but for your overall better health. All right, the first food is no mystery, but stick with me for a moment. That food is extra virgin olive oil. Here is the problem though. I didn't just state an astonishing breakthrough. However, most people, especially in the Western world, have never had actual, real extra virgin olive oil. Yes, what you buy in the grocery store may read as extra virgin olive oil on the label. However, there is a great chance that it is a complete counterfeit. because most extra virgin olive oil are counterfeits. They are watered down, super diluted, and sometimes even mixed with toxic seed oils you do not want in your system. Don't believe me? Then I challenge you to try my recommended real authentic extra virgin olive oil in the description below, and come back to report your experience in the comment section. The quality rich taste difference is undeniable. I dare you to prove me wrong. When I say you will never be able to justify going back to the fake extra virgin olive oil after tasting the real deal, I just uttered a massive understatement. You see, the recommendation in the description below, what my wife and I refer to as liquid crack, is rich in a compound called polyphenol, which is an amazing antioxidant with anti-inflammatory properties, amongst other benefits. The pineal gland loves polyphenols, but unfortunately the olive oil on most shelves has very little of this compound. And worst of all, some olive oil are mixed with seed oils like canola oil, which not only cancels out the little polyphenol content, but those seed oils cause chronic systematic inflammation, which comes with an army of other health complications. Once you get your hands on the recommended extra virgin olive oil, consume it generously, especially just before going to bed for the night. It could also aid in giving you more stamina in your bedroom dance moves as well. Now, the other food I recommend to nourish the pineal gland is also super high in polyphenols as well. That food is dates, the ancient superfood that rarely gets classified as a superfood. Dates are a great source of potassium, magnesium, copper, vitamin A, and B6, in addition to small amounts of calcium, iron, and vitamin K, in addition to antioxidants like flavonoids and carotenoids that produce great anti-inflammatory effects on the body. Inflammation is a healthy body's nemesis, causing arthritis in the joints, bronchitis in the bronchial tubes, gingivitis in the gums, colitis, inflammation of the colon, dermatitis, inflammation of the skin, hepatitis, inflammation of the liver, and there is a long list of other itis, which just means inflammation. Needless to say, the road to good health must start with lowering inflammation. And the antioxidant-rich foods like dates are instrumental for that. In addition, dates contain a perfect balance of fructose and glucose and fiber that produces a low glycemic response, i.e., blood sugar levels. The sugar from dates, unlike from refined sugars like what you'll find in cereal, candy bars, and other junk, enters your bloodstream slowly and steadily without spiking your insulin levels. That divine balance of fructose and glucose from the dates gives your brain the fuel it needs to perform at its max level, as your body stays calm, receptive, with no spikes or crashes. Now, the best thing about dates is they're high in polyphenol content. This compound crosses the blood-brain barrier to positively, directly affect the pineal gland, reducing calcification and hardening of the pineal gland caused by fluoride, processed junk, and bad lifestyle. No wonder why the ascending masters like Jesus Christ, and I'm only using that fake name for him for communication purposes, because the letter J was invented back in 1524, thousands of years from April 3rd, AD 33, the time of death, allegedly. All Muslims know dates are a sacred, divinely favored food. Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing be upon him, used to break his fast regularly with dates for the profound benefits we highlighted. The Assyrians, the community Jesus trained with before his ministry, consumed dates as a sacred food because of the benefits we highlighted earlier. They called it the fruit of life because they knew it opened the pineal gland. They knew dates are not just food, but medicine. So here is the protocol to try every morning, and watch the profound results that follow. Break your fast with 3 dates, preferably just before sunrise. First, make sure to prime your vessel for the nutrients the 3 dates will provide you by drinking a glass of room temperature water, not cold, because cold will shock your system and bring warmth to your core instead of your brain where you need it. Make sure to add a pinch of sea salt to bring more life to the water and to open up your cells and make you more conductive. To effectively transfer that energy, eat each date as slowly and continuously while taking deep breaths. 3 is the perfect balance, just enough to boost energy and activate the pineal gland, but not too much to where it engages the digestive system. So more energy is reserved for deeper connection with Source. This is the time to set your intentions and really connect with Source. Remembering the pineal gland is the antenna of your spirit, and this antenna cannot receive high frequency transmission from the source when it is classified or hardened. So a good source of polyphenol, like what you will find in the extra virgin olive oil I recommend, as well as the dates, starts to reverse that plaque. So your pineal gland is clean to functioning the way it was designed to function. Type 1 if you're connecting with me. Now, once you make the crucially important adjustments of eliminating all substances that classifies the pineal gland and causes inflammation, i.e. fluoride, processed fake foods, refined sugar and salt, as well as adding the good real foods rich in antioxidants that promotes anti-inflammatory effects like what we just highlighted, the next step before the life-changing exercises is to detox the pineal gland from the years of hardening that has already occurred. There are many ways to successfully accomplish this, and my personal favorite way is by consuming 3 different substances, the first being a substance you should be very familiar with by now, since it's heavily talked about, and that is raw apple cider vinegar with the mother. As you may already be aware of, ACV with the mother has a plethora of health benefits, and pertaining to the pineal gland, it is super effective at ridding it of the calcification that has accumulated throughout the years. And that's because of its acidic and malic acid content, the compound that gives the apple the sour taste. Both compounds are very efficient at overall body detox, in addition to awakening the third eye through removing the hardening plaque it accumulated throughout the years. Activated charcoal, food grade, is another substance that's very effective in binding with whatever doesn't belong in your body and expelling it out. This extends to detoxifying your third eye. Finally, you have a trace mineral that most are deficient in, and that is iodine. Now, mainstream media and conventional medicine will claim that there isn't any proven evidence that iodine has detox properties. But if it was profitable to make that claim, the narrative might just be different. Type 1 if you're connecting with me. I have links to all 3 below. And I must state again, although some may call me a doctor, I do not have a doctorate, and I am certainly not your physician. I am just one of many geeks on this platform that is sharing what has brought me tremendous results. All right, now I must address an extremely important warning before going over these extremely effective exercises that will transform you into a superhuman. And that is, do not attempt these exercises if you are not ready to open up your third eye. I repeat, do not attempt these exercises if you are not ready to open up your third eye. Doing so will open you up unprotected to negative forces you didn't know existed. These attacks from these entities you want no part of. Now, how do you know if you're ready or not? No Fujis, but very simple. If you're not in a humble, grounded state, you're not ready. If your ego is not fully in check, you're not ready. If you love material possessions too much, you're not ready. If you obsess about money, you're not ready. Remember, scripture states, for the love of money, is the root of all evil. Not money itself, which can be divine depending on how you use it, but loving it more than you love your Lord, the only one true source, the only one worthy of all your love over everything else. And evil has full reign in your life when you love anything else, exception none, more than you love your Lord, the one true source. Because then that becomes your Lord. Therefore, you lose protection from the one true source. So the takeaway here is whatever you love the most becomes what you worship. So make sure that most love is for the source alone. Because when you open your third eye, you access the higher astral planes, and not all the entities there are friendly and want you there. So you must make sure you have full protection and compatibility with that setting before you ascend. That compatibility doesn't exist if your relationship with the one true source isn't strong. So please make sure to take the necessary steps to strengthen that relationship first before trying any of the practices I shall discuss here shortly. And do not fall into the design trap of disbelieving that's designed to get you to lose yourself, because you cannot truly know yourself if you do not truly know the one true source. Type 1 if you're connecting with me. Alright, let this serve as a very serious warning. Seek the full protection of the source before implementing any of these exercises. Alright, now that you've been warned, let's dive into the practices that will get you to ascend.
But I am. What makes you the expert on this topic?
Well, I'm not the expert on this topic or any other topic. I am just a student. Therefore, I enjoy studying topics that can get us to break away from the prison of the matrix we are all in.
What I meant was, what makes you qualified to teach these exercises?
Oh, okay. The answer to that question is I am extremely qualified. After all, I am the richest man you know.
I am. With all due respect, you'll do okay financially, but I know a lot of people richer than you.
I comprehend, but that's because you and I have a different definition for rich. It was the late great Bob Marley who stated, some people are so poor that all they have is their money. Now let that sink in. Now on top of me having pretty stress-free, super enjoyable, peaceful life with meaningful relationships where most highly respect me, you were there when my wife looked at me in the eyes and asked me a sincere, genuine question after being together for 10 years, which was, am I ever depressed, worried, or sad? Now, short answer is, of course. Obviously, I'm not an AI or a clone. But the reason she asked that genuine, valid question is because up to that point of 10 years of being together, she had never witnessed me in those low vibration emotions. And that's because those low vibe emotions drive by, but they never have a place to park in my life. Therefore, they are extremely short-lived in my life. And the peace of mind that comes with that is true wealth. You see, the paradox is those who you may envy, that may seem to have it all, that you will love to switch places with, will love to switch places with you. Because you may want their material possessions, their money, their status, but they want your peace of mind, the ability to be able to sleep at night. You can always put a price tag on material possessions, but you cannot put a price tag on peace of mind. True wealth is health, happiness, and fulfillment. And since I have that more than anyone I know, that makes me the richest man I know. And since we know the same people, that also makes me the richest man you know. After all, Hajmi, who do you know that is happier and more fulfilled than me?
Nobody.
Hajmi, who do you know that is more energized than me?
Nobody.
Hajmi, who do you know that has more consistent fun than me?
Nobody like you.
That's right. No Keith Sweat.
Fair enough, Chaim. You presented a solid case I completely comprehend, and that really resonates, man. I promise I won't interrupt anymore. After all, I don't want this presentation turning into the 3-hour tour. No Gilligan Island.
Ah, I like what you did there, Hajmi. Now, before I carry on, always remember the richest man in the world is the one that's happiest with what they have. And you can only be happy with what you have when you fully comprehend what you have. That comprehension cannot take place if your third eye is asleep. True vision is only accomplished when your third eye is awake. Type 1 if you're connecting with me. And now, the moment you have been waiting for. Here are the exercises that will transform your life forever by fully awakening your third eye. Because like we mentioned earlier, you're walking around blind, seeing less than 1% of existence till you open up your third eye. Alright, exercise number 1 is the easiest yet most delicate. And that is simply sun gazing during the times of the day when the sun is less intense. If you're not sure when that is, simply sun gaze when the sun is close to the horizon. This is effective at stimulating and awakening the third eye, because the third eye has light receptors like your other 2 eyes. So it not only receives the sun's nourishing rays, but those nourishing rays strengthen it like it strengthens the other 2 eyes. Because the window to your soul is your eyes. So when you connect your soul with the earth's soul, aka the sun, hence in Spanish it's called soul, you revitalize your soul through that connection. Type 1 if you're connecting with me. So the exercise is easy. Simply stare at the sun when it's close to the horizon in the early morning and evening hours for as long as you comfortably can. With no glasses, even if they are clear glasses. You must perform this exercise with your naked eyes. As you're taking in the sun's unfiltered light, feel the pulsation right in the middle of your forehead, in between your eyebrows. Feel the illumination in that same area. Visualize your third eye being filled with that divine golden light. Repetition is profoundly important here. So repeat this practice 3 to 5 times a week, steadily increasing the time each week. Alright, the next practice is more advanced. Sit in a relaxed but upright position. Drop your shoulders. Now, without moving your head, move your eyes inward and upward to the center of your forehead, in between your eyebrows. Hold this gaze. You feel that sense of calm and anchor. Hold it longer and you may feel throbbing warm sensation where your third eye resides. As simplistic as it may be, this act of looking upward is the quickest way to activating your third eye, and here's why. This upward eye movement activates the parasympathetic nervous system, aka your rest, relaxed, and regenerate mode. Whereas looking straight and downward activates your sympathetic nervous system, aka your fight or flight mode, your survival mode that robs you from your creativity mode. EEG monitoring has shown the moment you raise your eyes in an upward gaze, your brain waves transition from beta waves to alpha and theta waves, the waves of creativity, imagination, and heightened intuition. Hold that upward inner gaze tight without straining, but with focus, and feel tingling sensation. Because that focused attention is conscious energy. So by shifting your attention to the center of your forehead, you are directing a flood of blood to that region. Flipping on the power switch to the soul's antenna, aka third eye. Because conscious attention alone drastically increases blood flow to that region you're conscious of. Hence, you don't feel body parts like fingers, toes, etc. till you shift your attention to them. That shift in attention rushes blood to that area, and since that blood is a vehicle that transports oxygen, the life force, you are literally delivering life force to your third eye with this simple act. This simple act of looking upward and inward is so foreign to many of us because we are trained to looking straight or downwards. While we are driving, we are looking straight. At work, staring at the computer screen, we are looking straight. In the classroom, we are looking straight. At home watching TV, we are looking straight. Walking, we are looking down. Reading, we are looking down. Now, worst of all, there is a modern day religion that has more followers than Judaism, Christianity, and Islam combined. That religion is the smartphone. Now pause before you reply, that's not a religion, because that's just the programming talking. In the context of a religion being a structural system of beliefs, practices, and rituals for the connection to the divine source, the smartphone is the most structural practice and ritual that most perform more consistently daily, making it your God instead of the divine source. Go into any public space and observe the worship of these smartphones all around you. People young and old from all different demographics, all different ethnicities, hunched over, unknowingly paying homage to their digital God. You see, they have you demonizing that word religion, but what they don't want you to connect with is the fact that everyone, exception none, has a religion, i.e., a series of consistent practices and rituals. The question should be, is your current religion serving you? I.e., the smartphone religion, aside from aggressively replacing your divine religion that connects you to the divine source, conditions you to constantly looking down. So it should be no surprise why looking up feels very foreign. Type 1 if you're connecting with me. Shout out to my friend Steve Cole, who didn't realize how profound of a statement he made when he stated the smartphones are our fall from grace. Think about that a moment. The reigning leader of all smartphones is Apple. And what is Apple's logo? Why does it have to be a bitten apple? Could it be because we bite it every day throughout the day? Or is it just sheer coincidence? I'm sounding like a broken record here, but I shall produce a video on what I like to call a digital fast and the profound benefits of it. So stay locked in for that. Now here's the complete exercise. Sitting with your spine erect, shoulders dropped, and jaw relaxed, take one long inhale through the nostrils for a 4 count. Hold it for a 2 count. And exhale through the mouth for up to an 8 count. The longer exhale from inhale activates the parasympathetic nervous system, putting you in a more relaxed state. Now keep your head straight and raise your eyes upwards and inwards like you're attempting to stare in the middle of your forehead. Hold that gaze to a 10 count, and then with your eyes in that same position, go ahead and close your eyelids and hold that gaze with your eyelids closed for 30 seconds, breathing normally the whole time after the first initial reset deep breath. Make time for this practice once a day and report your outcome in the comments below. All right, the next exercise to activate your third eye is also the most effective in slowing down aging. And that is by simply slowing down your breath. Now, before you dismiss the profound effects slow breathing has on your entire collective system, spiritually, mentally, and physically, let me bring to your attention the connection that real science has made between animals' breathing rate and mortality rate. A dog breathes 30 times per minute. They live an average of 13 years. A monkey breathes an average of 25 times per minute. They live an average of 25 years. A human breathes an average of 15 times per minute. We live an average of 80 years. Now, take a look at the turtle. They breathe an average of 4 breaths per minute and live up to 200 years. Or the bowhead whale that breathes an average of 2 breaths per minute and lives well over 200 years on average. Now, here is the real science behind it. Slow breathing, like the pattern I shall highlight here shortly, activates and stimulates the vagus nerve, the nerve that's more lit and electrifying than the Las Vegas Strip. Because the vagus nerve, which stems from the brainstem, stretches out to your gut, connecting to many vital organs like the lungs, heart, stomach, liver, pancreas, etc. The vagus nerve plays a crucial role in regulating your parasympathetic nervous system, the mode in your nervous system that stimulates rest, digest, and regenerate. So the positive domino effect here is slow breathing triggers the vagus nerve, which stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system that triggers the rest and regenerate, leading to a younger, youthful, healthier, more vibrant you. Yes, I'm not a doctor, and this is not medical advice, but hey, you can listen between the lines. I'm just providing you knowledge and practice I use to take me from not looking my age to aging backwards. Go ahead and call me the African Benjamin Button. And you can accomplish this as well. So here is the practice. It's the 428 code breathing method. And here's how to execute it. In a comfortable position with your spine erect, inhale through the nostrils for a 4 count. Hold it for a 2 count. And then for an 8 count, exhale through the nostrils and not the mouth to stimulate more production of nitric oxide, which dilates the blood vessels for increased blood flow, which leads to increased oxygen levels, that leads to a more relaxed body, which leads to a more efficient functioning body as the wheels on the bus go round and round, unlike the earth that's fixed. Type 1 if you're connecting with me. Now the key is to make sure your exhale is longer than your inhale, preferably double the length of time without struggling. Build up to it if needed. That extended exhale over inhale is what really turns the switch on for the parasympathetic mode of your nervous system, where miracles happen, including the awakening of your third eye. This costs you nothing and can gain you everything. So start implementing this practice in cycles of 3 to 5 times a day, and watch what accompanies it. By the way, shout out to Dr. Joe Dispenza, who is the expert in this field. Study his work for more in-depth third eye activation. Now here is the final profound exercise for the activation of your third eye. This exercise is more ancient than ancient. Now do not make the gross error of devaluing this exercise and practice due to its simplicity. Remember, all things divine come with no confusion or complications. This is yet another exercise that not only heals your third eye, but literally heals your entire magnetic field by simply raising your vibration. This daily exercise is the solution to the epidemic that stemmed from the last pandemic. It's stated that 65 million people worldwide that got drunk from corona, and I'm not talking about the beer, are suffering from permanent negative conditions that are categorized under a condition labeled dysautonomia, which means autonomic nervous system, the system that controls involuntary functions, is no longer operating properly, causing irregular heart rate variability, blood pressure complications, temperature complications, going from hot to cold faster than a very angry woman on menopause, extreme fatigue greater than a sloth that just got done working out after taking some Xanax, brain fog foggier than a San Francisco afternoon in June. Worst of all, the root issue that's causing all those symptoms and more is completely invisible to conventional diagnostic tools. So you may have been to numerous specialists that ran tests just to report back to you that everything looks good and normal. You see, that infection that many endured from 2020 onward is very efficient at damaging the vagus nerve undetected. And the vagus nerve, when damaged, accelerates aging. When repaired, slows down aging and reverses it. And that might have been the intentional agenda to begin with behind the corona. No line. Type 1 if you're connecting with me. Here again, this is not medical advice, but you can still listen between the lines. This practice not only repairs and reverses the damage to your vagus nerve, but it drastically aids in the production of nitric oxide in multiples of 15 times. Imagine 15 times more nitric oxide production your entire body can benefit off of. 15 times more relaxed blood vessels, leading to 15 times more blood transportation, which means 15 times more oxygen in addition to nitric oxide ability to dramatically lower inflammation, which is a healthy body's most notorious nemesis, as the wheels on the bus go round and round, and you know the rest. Type 1 if you're connecting with me. So here is the practice. Close your mouth and rest your tongue right behind your 2 front teeth of the roof of your mouth, creating a closed circuit with your teeth tightly sealed. Without strain, inhale deeply through your nostrils, and as you slowly exhale through your nostrils, while your mouth is still completely closed, tongue resting on the roof of your mouth and teeth tightly sealed, make a humming sound continuously until you complete your exhale. Repeat this cycle 6 times for 3 sets, preferably 3 times a day, in the morning, midday, and just before going to bed in the evening. Consistency is key. Once a day is better than no times in a day. So if it's challenging to execute this practice 3 times a day, start with once a day just before going to bed. Now, if you're struggling to get past the 12 seconds of continuous humming off of a single breath, it's okay. The length of time you're able to hum for is a key indicator of how healthy your vagus nerve is. What's gnarly is the measurement is also the healer. With consistent practice, you'll work your way up from 30 seconds off of a single breath to 60 seconds and eventually the target of 90 seconds. And here's what you can expect with consistent practice. Accelerated tissue repair leading to less of that chronic fatigue within 2 weeks of practice. The humming vibration aligns your cognitive health to quickly eliminate your brain fog. You will witness very noticeable results within weeks. Better quality sleep, enhanced sustained positive moods, better digestion, no more heart racing for no reason, stronger immune system. By the 3rd month span of consistent practice, the parasympathetic vagal tone will have locked in most of the real estate that used to belong to the sympathetic, aka fight or flight nervous system. This is the setting in which your third eye thrives and hums with you as you hum. This ancient practice is medicine before medicine. And here's how you can enhance the strength of it even more. Execute the practice we just highlighted under a cold shower for 1 to 3 minutes and witness the sound vibration of the humming in combination with a cold shock stimulate the vagus nerve, which stimulates the parasympathetic system that switches your body from defense mode to rest and repair mode. And it's in this stage your third eye does the best dancing, bringing you all the results we highlighted earlier. These practices, with the last one being the most effective, flips on your parasympathetic mode over your sympathetic mode. Layman's terms, relax, rest, regenerate mode over fear, fight, flight mode. Triple R over triple F. And in triple R mode is where you are most at ease. So therefore, this ease cannot exist. Triple R mode is where true ascending takes place. True awakening of the third eye takes place. Observe children when sick. They tend to naturally hum because they have yet to be contaminated by the evil deception of the world. All that said, you want your energy poured into the parasympathetic mode. And now I have provided you the exercises that are guaranteed to help you accomplish that. Type 1 if you're connecting with me. And I'd like to thank you for making it all the way to the end, my friend. This was a longer than usual episode, and it was certainly necessary. And by now, you fully comprehend why no one is talking about this. Because in short, this is extremely suppressed information. Because this information serves as the key to unlock and free you from the jail, from the modern day, more high-tech concentration camp that 99% of the population is in, but they see it as not. And that is part of the agenda, to get you to think and feel like you're free, so there will be no need to want to escape. Think about it. The 40+ hours of work week, the high cost of living that keeps you in a state of high stress, the sports, the movies, and other forms of entertainment that provides you temporary distracting relief from the engineered stress, the social media, the materialism that keeps you occupied with nonsense, the drugs, the alcohol that numbs your senses, etc., etc., etc. These are all design distractions, the equivalents of invisible bars that are stronger than the visible bars to keep you in the modern day prison. Well, I am here to do my part to assist you in breaking out. No acne, no pimples. And it starts by cleaning your lenses, which starts and ends by fully activating your third eye. So you see the matrix for what it truly is. You see, red or blue pill doesn't matter when it's taken out of the hands of the same person. So they still control the narrative. Lock into the channel and we will assist you in creating your own divine narrative. Dive into the rich resources in the descriptions below. And until the next episode, I want to wish you love, peace, and above. And I am, and you are, and together we'll shine brighter than a star.
Wait. I want some visual airtime before we end this video.
Sure, go ahead, Hajmi.
I really wasn't prepared for this, but I must say, Jaim, this was a well put together video. And although everything you presented really resonated with me, what resonated the most was the religion segment, because it is so true. Take the biggest so-called atheists out there, and they still have a God that they worship. That God is whatever they love the most, because that most love consumes a lot of their attention, their energy, their time. That consumption is a form of worship. So don't fall into the wrong worship by worshiping any other more than the source, through loving any other more than you love the source.
Wow, that was well articulated, Hajmi.
Well, I learned from the best, Jaim. And I do want to encourage the viewers out there to watch this video multiple times to get the most out of it. And don't be greedy. Share this content whoever you think can benefit from this knowledge. And Jael, I do have one more request. I would like us to do the outro together.
Sure. You ready? All right.
I am.
You are.
And together we'll shine brighter than a star.